Hello there everybody, I am Haidabo, and I have just begun my journey to become a digital artist. This week, I challenged myself to draw a Pokemon every single day, so naturally, I selected one of my favorite Pokemon, Weedle. For day one, I wanted to draw Weedle doing something, since I had never done that before, so I decided to draw Weedle on his back eating a leaf. It took a while to get the pose correct, but in the end I think it worked out well. During this process, I tried more realistic shading, since up to this point I have only done cell shading, and I think it turned out really well. I also tried to lower the contrast between the lightest parts and the darkest parts, since all of my previous drawings had had a large gap between the light and the dark. In total, this drawing took me an hour and 33 minutes. I think this one turned out to look really cute. For day two, I wanted to draw something with a bit more action, so I decided to draw Weedle using Poison Sting. During this drawing, I tried to use higher contrast between the light and the dark to draw the eyes closer towards the horn, and the rough transition between the shadows really sells the movement. I did struggle quite a bit with the blending, but I think it turned out really nice, although I think I did really well with the perspective. In total, this drawing took me an hour and 43 minutes. Out of all of the drawings I did this week, this one turned out to be one of my favorites. For day 3, I decided to draw Weedle after losing a battle. For this one, I went back to cell shading. I also added more saturation to the head of the Weedle, so that your eyes would be drawn to the head first. This one only took 51 minutes to complete, which if I compare to one of my previous drawings that took 1 hour and 15 minutes, already shows that I am improving at the speed at which I can complete these drawings. I didn't end up liking this one as much as the others. I don't really know what it is. The drawing just seems lifeless. Pun completely intended. For day 4, I decided to draw a Weedle with a business tie and coffee. During this drawing, I tried to use a black color as my background for the flats, and then use color overlay in Photoshop. This was just so that way I could more easily see any spots I missed during the drawing of the flats, but it ended up not working since the color overlay in Photoshop would override the color of any layers above it. It didn't end up harming the drawing in any way. I was just experimenting with something to help make the workflow easier, but it's fine that it didn't work out. For the drawing itself, I chose to use a blue tie and mug to contrast the orangish color of the Weedle's body. For the shading, I mixed cell shading with hat shading for the transition, which I think turned out really nice and goes well with how the Weedle is feeling. In total, this one took me an hour and 43 minutes. This is another one of my favorites. I think Weedle looks adorable in this one as well, but I am biased since he is my favorite Pokemon. For day 5, I wanted to draw Weedle in a costume of my actual favorite Pokemon, Phalanx. During this drawing, I focused more on having different line weights for details and stuff that is farther away in perspective. This also turned out to be the only one I made facing left. This one took me 1 hour and 50 minutes. I think this one shows that the perspective of these drawings is improving. If you have any feedback on any of my drawings, please comment down below. I would like to be able to learn if there's anything I am doing right or wrong. For day 6, I decided to draw Weedle using one of his other 2 moves. Yes, only 3 in total. I decided to draw Weedle using String Shot. For this, I practiced using more realistic shading. I think it looks good from farther away, but up close, not so much. I also really like the expression on this Weedle, even though it is so simple. In total, this one only took me 1 hour and 9 minutes. For the final day, I drew Weedle taking a nap. This one was definitely a challenge for the shape design, since it wasn't Weedle just being in a straight line. Instead, he is curving around to lay his head on his tail. I struggled with the shape for longer than I would have liked for this one. I went back to more simple cell shading, and I definitely think that this is the best looking purely cell shaded drawing. This is also the only drawing that happens to have a floor. In total, this one took me only 58 minutes, which goes to show how much faster I got during this process. And there we have it. I was able to draw Weedle every day for a week. I really enjoyed this challenge and might do something similar in the future. Out of all of them, my favorite were definitely day 2 for the movement and portraits, day 4 for the shading style, and day 5 because failings. So thank you all for watching, and subscribe to continue to see me grow in my art journey.